This is the Man Stop It podcast. Man Stop It. Man Stop It. What type of music do you like? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Man, all the music I listen to, man, is basically hip hop. I'm a big hip hop head. Some of the people I listen to right now is Mozzie. You know, Mozzie out of LA, you know, out of Oak Park. Shout out Mozzie, man, that's my dog right there. I love me some Mozzie right now. Shout out Travis Scott, just dropped Utopia. That's been in my headphones, pretty heavy right now. Rollo Rodriguez, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
That's Alabama all day, no cap, Big Yabo, Alabama all day. I know how to be rapping. Yes, that's basically what I'm on right now. Just hip hop, everything.
Right. So you don't listen to the drill rappers.
I have, yeah, I definitely have. I know a few of them.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Herb back in the day when he was Lil Herb. Yeah, I used to listen to Lil Herb.
Lil Herb.
Yeah, when he was Lil Herb.
Yeah, Big G Herb on mine.
Big G Herb for
Yeah,
sure.
Herb, yeah, he's nice, man. You know, he's nice. There's just a lot going on in the city, man.
For sure.
Like I said, Chicago with a lot of drill rappers, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And that's another thing I really like that you are doing this, you know what I'm saying, and promoting peace, because as long as I've been up here, I've seen, I actually know two brothers that have died from the violence out here, you know what I'm saying, gun violence, and it's definitely something that you don't see coming, and it's hard to really process, but when you see somebody like you doing this, I know that there's still hope for this city, especially when you got the OGs like yourself out here trying to put it back in and trying to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that it's going to be some people left, you know what I'm saying, for the next generation. Yeah. So it's definitely, I'm grateful for you, you know what I'm saying, knowing that, because it's a big deal. And I'm not, nowhere near, you know what I'm saying, the drill scene or anything like that. I have a homie who grew up on the south side of Chicago, and, has taught me all the Chicago lingo that you can ever imagine. I go back home to Alabama, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling everybody you tweaking, I'm doing all the lingo.
I'm just saying that.
I'm doing all the lingo, man. So I definitely have homies, and I definitely show love to all the Chicago
we
stuff.
do. We have the lingo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lingo, man. The way I say car, the way I say water, I love it all, man. I love it all.
You tweaking. Hey, for real though, I had this good homie, I did personal protection, and I said, man, with Kels, man, that was my man, that's still my boy, my brother. But at the end of the day, I had this guy that used to be with us, he from Cali. And I used to be like, what up, Joe?
Yeah.
What up, kid?
Yeah, Joe.
Man, he used to, every time he come around, he'd be like, man, say it, man.
Yeah.
Say it again, man. Boy, he used to love that. He started going to Cali. He's from San Diego.
Yeah.
Man, every time he come around, man, he used to just love when I say, what's up, Joe?
Yeah.
They just love our tone, man.
Yeah, that Joe had me on for a minute, and I was definitely saying Joe for a minute.
Yeah, man, that's the, but yeah, it looked like you turned out to be a nice young man, man. Your mother, your father did well with you, man. So I like to see that type of stuff. And I got another question, but you answered basically like you were never in the streets.
I ain't gonna say that.
Was you like in the streets?
Yeah.
Messing around like with different gangs and stuff like that. I'm asking.
Yeah,
I gotta, ask that.
I mean, we all, I feel like, especially like where I come from, I feel like we all did a little something, but I was the one everybody kind of knew was going to do something different. So it was a couple nights they told me to go home, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful for that, because it was one night that niggas ain't come home, and it was like, they ain't died, you know what I'm saying? They got mixed up with some stuff, but yeah, I did, you know what I'm saying? I was out there, I got a homie who was in prison for 7 years, and I sending money on his books and everything like that, but I literally just went the other way. You know, I was blessed enough to have a mother who grew up around gang violence, you know, in Joliet, and she did not want that for me whatsoever. And as much as I had the time, because she was working, you know what I'm saying, to be out there in the streets, God was really looking out for me, because I had homies that were really looking at me like, nah, you different, you need to go home.
Right.
And I went home. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times, I got vivid memories in my head when they was looking at me like, you know, we about to go woo-de-woo, you know, handle something. But you gonna stay right here, we'll be back. You know? So.
That's real love.
And yeah, to this day, man, I tell them homies there, you know, every chance I get, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know, you know, a lot of this is because of y'all. Like, I got to see something different, you know. Some of them nights I just stayed there in the car waiting for them to get back. I'm talking to whatever girl I'm talking to, and you know, just the fact that I was outside with them is probably just enough for me, just because of, you know, who I was and where I was coming from. But yeah, I definitely
So
definitely
you
missed
said you was part of a gang.
I ain't gonna say all that, you know. We could you know, we could say that I was into some things that were
You should have been
of the law, of the law, yeah, for sure.
I understand because I've been there, bro. You know, and you know, I was part of a gang. I was part of the GDs.
Okay.
So I understand, man. It's times that some of my people that I stop people from hurting. You know, plenty of times, bro. And I had one of my homies. They want to whoop him because of what his cousin did. Because his cousin was a GD, but he flipped stone. So they want to whoop him. So I tell them no. And we in a meeting. So they want to whoop him. So they want to violate him because of what his cousin did. And I told him no. I told him, get up out of here. Leave. I supposed to got my brains beat in for something like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I feel where you coming from, and that's what we got right now today. So we got these older guys that's really misleading a lot of these young men.
Oh yeah, big time.
So I'm just keeping it real. Like, they really trying to put it on the young guys. Like, it's the young guys out here that's really, you know, doing all this. No, it's got a lot of older niggas behind
it was definitely our generation too that messed up this one right here. Because there's no the divide from, I would say, 03 to 09, kind of like that era. Like, it's a big difference from what was going on to what's going on now. And so these guys that are my age, who are still in the streets, still doing what they, you know what I'm saying, they are so corrupted because the OGs before us, it was a lot more structure back then, you know what I'm saying? But that stuff started to break down even more, and the factions, and then this, and then that, and that. So now it's all over, and nobody really has any guidance on anything, you know what I'm saying? Even when it was, you know what I'm saying, no iron among thieves, but even when it was, you know what I'm saying, some type of structure is gone now, I think, for what I've seen.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone for now, most definitely it's gone, but that's because a lot of the older guys don't want to step up to the plate. And I'm not gonna lie, I got on YouTube just so they could see me. And I've been having a lot of people reach out to me. Like, there's been a lot of people from different states reaching out to me. And they've been watching my stories. I got a lot of stories on YouTube where I'm talking about my son. I had a son died named Brian. You know, his nickname is Scrap in the Streets. And I talk about that. It's all on YouTube. So if you Google it, you'll see it. And I'm telling the story. My son, he got killed 2014. He got killed. You know, and he was locked up for a murder in 2000. He was 14 years old. He did 5 months locked up, and he beat it. He came home. He got killed 2 years later when he was 17. And I don't sugarcoat nothing. Yes, my son was in them streets, and he was a hothead. He was one of them people, and he was a sweet boy, a sweet kid. He was a nice kid, but he was caught up in the streets, man. He could rap. He was good on rapping and all that. But that's what happened with a lot of these young guys right now today. And there's not nobody, not a voice. And I'm not like Dirt. You know, he say he the voice. So I don't have nothing against Dirk. I don't even know the Dirk. But he is a big voice to the drill scene. So my son is Ruger. He's a big voice to the drill scene. So what we gotta do is we gotta stand up, speak out.
For sure.
And we gotta, like this right here. With me bringing people on my podcast and, me and my son was just on here. We did something. And I had fun just sitting there interviewing my son.
It needs to be that though.
That was fun, man.
Yeah.
That was laughing. We had a ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was just on album 22. Shout out Adam. No Jumper, man. You heard of No Jumper, right? So my son was on there 3 times. Look him up, he on Adam. So just like a month or so ago, he was on Adam.
Yeah.
But his thing is my son, he not really trying to like he wanna bring up Dirk all the time or Chief Keef, they so-called what everybody knows Chicago, what's going on.
For sure.
So my son, he don't be wanting to talk about them, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, they big voices, man. They got big voices. G Herbo,
Facts.
Ruger, Lil Durk,
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
Polo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Polo G. It's a lot of these rappers that's big voices right now.
For sure.
With the drill scene. So a lot of them watches my channel, man.
Yeah.
They watch my channel too.
Mm.
And I'm not doing this right here for clicks, like views. It's a job, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm making it my job.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's about really trying to save these kids.